And welcome back to Ship of Fools, a nautical D&D actual play podcast. My name is Hannah McLean, and I am your dungeon master for this nautical adventure. Joining me today, I have Andy Latai.
Finn Fisher.
No, Lonnie Stevenson.
Regin Starkweather.
And Taylor Wallace.
Malachi Kassir.
And we are back, and underwater, at this point.
Fuck, dude, we really are.
We're now...
Yeah, I don't know why y'all talking so fast.
God, being underwater is gonna ruin my mic. We shouldn't have done this gimmick.
God,
Hey, it worked for Nirvana, right?
What?
That was a reference to Nirvana's famous album cover, Nevermind, which is...
I thought you said Ravana.
That's also what I heard.
Why would I say Nirvana?
We don't know.
That's why I said what?
We're doing great here, friends.
Anyway, here we are. So let's do a little recap of the previous episode, and then we will dive right in. So,
Well, we've already dove in, but...
We've already dove in. So, when we last left our heroes, they're on the small island village of Gilsbury, which happens to be Finn's hometown, pursuing kind of a couple different leads. Originally, you guys are still kind of following up on this lead from the Archaeological Artificers Association, saying that the high priest of Lithios has some sort of special interest in Gilsbury. Your investigations into this matter have, along with some unsettling dreams that led to Finn waking up underwater and meeting a man named Cathoth, led to you discovering the existence of a sort of power source, is how it's been referred to, that lies at the center of a coral reef under the water, kind of near Gilsbury. And according to Cathoth, there is a power surge of some sort that is happening at midnight tonight that Finn's father, the lurker in the deep, wanted Finn to be present at for reasons that I don't think have been entirely explained. You guys are just kind of going along with it, and we'll get to the portal and see what happens. Last session, you spent some time with Finn's mentor, Father Ceviche, talking about kind of various things, trying to solve some of the bigger mysteries that you've got kind of going on. And then you headed out to where the reef is, had a brief team meeting about whether or not it was even a good idea to go underwater, and then were promptly attacked by some creatures riding peritons, which were also attempting to get to the portal. Managed to dispatch some of them, and then some giant sharks that Finn parlayed with dispatched the rest, and you guys just barely managed to make it into the coral reef, and where the sharks could not follow you and get a kind of follow-up to their meal. So, where we are picking up, you guys have just entered this reef. You find yourselves kind of looking around at basically a maze of coral. It's this living coral in all these kind of different shades, largely this kind of like pinkish color. And you also see, like, as soon as you're in here, you guys all have, between your goggles and being who you are, you have some way of getting dark vision. But even so, it is dark down here. You're kind of, like, just barely able to see around you. But you can sort of see some, like, sea plants and, like, little sea anemones. There's tons and tons of fish around here. And Finn, if you kind of, like, open your telepathic communication, you can hear lots and lots of, like, whoa, hey, what are you doing down here? Wow, this is exciting. Kind of.
I individually say hi to each one of them.
Great.
3 hours later.
Regin and I dragging Finn along as best we can.
Hi. Hey.
As you kind of begin to make your way deeper into the reef.
Whoa. Are we making our way deeper into the reef?
So you kind of take a few steps forward. Let me kind of explain that you quickly realize before you go too far.
I wave to the shark.
Yeah, the shark is still outside, kind of like banging its mouth against the entrance that you guys came in.
Hi,
but it's
buddy,
just like
hope
very
you find
cheerfully.
A snack.
Yeah. Kind of looking forward as far as you can see with your dark vision. You see that it is a kind of twisting maze of these little passageways. It is going to be kind of tricky for you to find your way to the actual center of this, because it's these they're not super narrow. Like, they're kind of big enough that a couple of you guys can swim through them. But it is kind of like a twisty maze. The actual center is not obvious to you exactly where it is. You're going to have to find it.
I shout, hello?
Finn.
Hello?
Should ask the fish.
Oh, yeah, true. Good point. I telepathically ask a fish, like, hey, do you know the way to the thing?
Hey, what thing? There's so many things in here.
Oh, the place of power. It's somewhere in this reef.
Oh, the big cool thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you could probably find it. I don't really know. I just kind of like swim around. I'm not too good at finding my way around. Most of us, we just kind of...
Respect.
We just kind of vibe. But you could probably find it. We can help you find it.
Oh, yes, please. Thanks.
Yeah. We can just kind of ask as you go, and we'll be able to help you figure out your way.
All right.
I want to take out one of my daggers and like carve or scrape or something a little symbol into the wall.
Okay.
You're gonna kill the coral, Regin.
Regin, this is a valuable natural phenomenon.
Of course, Regin can't hear my admonishment.
Regin looks heavenwards.
I try and say it underwater, and it just sounds like Andy doing his water sounds. Like that, yeah.
I message both of them. I'm like, you're the ones who dragged me down here. I'm not dying in some fucking haunted ass...
Actually, you jumped in the water first. I telepath to Malachi, why don't we just let him have this?
I just feel like there is a more eco-friendly way we could mark our path, but fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, what did you do to the trees on Still Sky?
Okay, mister, I'm gonna go up and punch them for no reason.
Well, I don't have an environmentalist tree.
Hey, question. Is corals alive, right?
Yeah.
We established that it does not
It doesn't
say much.
swim enough for you to speak.
right.
It is
Never mind.
alive, but you telepathically reach out to the coral, and you can feel that there is a telepathic bond there, but it's ignoring you. It doesn't want to talk.
I apologize for Reagan's behavior.
Hannah, can I make like an arm hair check?
Yeah, go ahead and make a insight check for me. Or an arcana check. I forget what I've let you do for these.
I'm gonna take insight because that's a dirty 20.
Don't forget you have disadvantage because you are exhausted.
Damn it! I forgot! That is a 14.
Okay, cool. Even with a 14, that's still not bad. Yeah, definitely your arm hairs, well, okay, so they're kind of like waving in the water, but they are more, you are feeling more of a sense of kind of like magic and power down here. And I'll actually say that all three of you, as magic users and people who at this point have a fair amount of experience with stuff like this, can pick up, and basically as soon as you're within the reef, you're like, oh yeah, no, there's something powerful close by. But I will say it doesn't ping to any of you as immediately alarming. I mean, any more alarming than, sources of power usually are. But, like, it doesn't feel, you don't get a sense of, like, oh, this is bad news or we're in danger. You're just kind of like, oh, this is interesting.
Funky.
Funky.
This is something.
Yeah.
Well, I swim off in the direction that my arm hairs indicate, and fuck
Great.
these other two.
Wow.
So
They're
let
bullying
me tell you how this is actually going to work. Finn, as the fish are helping you find your way through these coral reefs, I'm going to have you be the one taking point on this.
All right.
I'm going to have you make me a series of survival checks. I'm going to tell you that the DC to start with, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but it's high. If you make a check and it's above a 10, then it'll lower the DC for your next check. But each survival check, you're going to find yourselves encountering something. Might be good for you, might be bad for you, might just be kind of interesting and there. And
Love to encounter something.
yeah, but the more things you encounter, the more possible it is that you are going to be running into things that might be dangerous, and you don't necessarily want to waste resources on that. So,
Can we, will it slow us down at all for me to be, holding on to both of them in some way?
no, that's fine. You can hold on so you don't get, separated and stuff. That's fine.
You want to hold my hand, bro?
Yeah.
No.
At this point...
Not right now. I'm upset with you.
Oh, fuck you too.
At this point, it's less about, like, swimming super fast through here and more about just kind of, like, sticking together and figuring out where you're going.
Honestly, it's kind of a death grip on the two of you, actually.
Great. So, Finn, go ahead and give me a survival check.
22.
Wow. Very good.
Your boy's proficient with survival.
Yeah. Cool. So you begin to swim into the reef. Go ahead and one of you, I don't care who, can go ahead and roll me a d10.
I'll do it. All right, I rolled an 8.
Cool. And before we do this, do you guys know kind of, I know you guys have all these items that are kind of like anybody can have them. Do you need to talk through who's holding what, or have you mostly distributed them amongst yourselves at this point?
I mean, originally, I know I had everything, but I don't know if you guys want to hold stuff.
I have the short rest potions.
Okay.
And Mal has good berries.
Yeah, I have some good berries.
I don't have any of that weird magic shit.
I didn't write down how many vials we had. Were there 3, Hannah?
3 espresso shots, yes.
3. Oh, yeah, there's 3 of those.
Yeah, okay. So you're holding all of those, Finn?
Yeah.
I'm going to hand the water-breathing potion to Regin, though, just in case.
Okay. Ugh, fine.
Why is that upsetting to you?
I hate carrying things.
Then why do you get so mad at me about your gold, huh?
That's different. I've got this bucket.
Okay.
Okay.
Put them in your bucket, Regin.
And then, Malachi, are you also holding all the healing potions you guys have?
Oh, yeah, we have healing potions.
Yep.
I forgot about those.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have 2 normal ones and 2 great... Remind me, do we know how much those heal for again?
You do. Normal healing potions are 2d4 plus 2. Greater healing is 4d4 plus 2. Bonus action to drink, action to give to someone else.
Do you guys want to hold either of those? All of my healing currently is touch-based, so I think it might be a good idea for you each to
Gamers,
take one.
I'm gonna recommend as your DM that you don't have one person holding all the healing.
I agree.
That is a terrible idea.
All right, I'll take one.
Yeah, I'd like to give each of you one of the normal healing potions, and I think I'm going to hand Finn one of the greater healing potions as well.
All right.
And Regin still has Evandra's coin?
Correct.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also have this bucket.
Yep.
Fun.
Very attached to this bucket.
Oh, is that the bucket that you took in Still Sky? Is that what this is?
Yes, it's Evandra's Wells bucket.
Big bucket guy, Regin.
Okay. Cool. So you guys start to swim. Finn kind of takes the lead. Finn, you've got these various little, like, schools of fish, and it's kind of like a rotating door of, like, one will, like, swim up next to you and be like, hey, come this way. And the reason it's kind of confusing is that some of them are telling you different things. You'll get some that are kind of, like, leading you one way and some that are leading you another. So it's a matter of figuring out, like, oh, this fish looks like he knows what he's talking about. And following that one. So after you guys swim for a little while, you get to a point where the tunnel kind of opens up a little bit, and you find yourselves in kind of a bigger cave that has a whole bunch of plants in it. It's just a bunch of kind of like seaweed looking things, very kind of like different colorful ones. Some of them have what looks like berries kind of growing on them, these kind of like underwater berries. And the fish that led you here, Finn, this like very brightly colored little fish, kind of swims up and is like, see, we found all these really cool plants and they're, you can eat them and they're yummy. And it goes over and starts like eating one of the little plants.
I can eat them, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Hey, just checking. Have you ever seen someone who's not a fish eat these?
Sometimes a sea turtle.
Huh.
Or a crab.
Close enough.
Oh, I hand one to Nurg Crab.
Nurg
Sure.
crab.
Yeah. Andy, go ahead and roll the d20 for me.
19.
19. Cool. Nurgle, like, looks like he's got a little pep in his step. He looks like he's feeling good. He's feeling
snapping his little
fresh.
pinsies.
Yeah, snapping his
All
little
right.
pinchers.
I pick a bunch of berries and put them in my pocket.
Cool.
Finn, what are you doing?
Let's just say there's about to be some pep in our steps.
What?
Oh my god! I wonder if these would help refine the supplement recipe.
Hey, Hannah, is there an octopus in this garden?
No, there isn't. But you can make a perception
Hey
check.
guys, you want to sing and dance around? I'm sure we can't be found.
I know where I'd like to be.
I don't suppose any of these plants are recognizable.
Make a nature check.
21?
21. They're in fact, like, startlingly unrecognizable. You're pretty familiar with water plants. You've been underwater before and kind of known... You know what kind of the standard underwater plants are. These look... The colors are
When was he underwater before?
I don't know. You got... I just generally assume...
Even if I wasn't underwater, I would have a general familiarity with ocean plants, given that we live on an ocean and I used to travel a lot.
Exactly.
He took botany as an elective.
That too.
I didn't go to college.
when he was ROTC.
You know, how you famously get electives.
And you're like, wow, these plants are weird. Something is maybe a little bit magic about them.
Could I do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
I don't know what that would tell me.
I'll let you do an Arcana check. I don't know what it'll tell you either, but you can do one.
Okay. It's only an 11, though.
Only an 11. Yeah, you're just kind of like, huh? Yeah. Nerd
sure are magic.
Nerd crab seems fine. The fish seem fine.
I would like to take this moment to turn on my detect magic, and pretty much you can just assume that I'm continually having it on until I say otherwise.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of these little berries are like a little bit magic. They don't really have any kind of particular school or anything like that to them. Yeah, you guys have magic shit on you as usual, but nothing other than that strikes you as unusual, except I will say that you can just kind of like... Actually, I don't know if you guys are quite far enough in the reef for that yet, but I will say, since you're going to have it up, that basically the deeper you guys swim into the reef, the more magic you just start seeing, like, in the water around you.
Okay.
Cool. So Finn picks a few berries, and you guys want to continue?
I pick a bunch of berries.
Does he pick the ones that Nurcrab was eating?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume so, right, Finn?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you have those now. You pick as many berries as you can carry, and then another fish is like, hey, come this way.
All right.
And you can go ahead and make another survival check.
Enjoy the berries, Thomas.
Who's Thomas?
The fish that led us here. That is a natural 20.
Wow.
That I just rolled for survival.
What total does that come to?
26.
Okay, cool. I do still need somebody to roll me another d10.
The D10 is the one that looks like a little top, right?
Yeah.
4.
4. Funky.
You hear that, guys? I'm funky.
Cool. This time, as you swim a little bit, all of a sudden, you make it through these caves, and it starts getting a little bit darker, which makes sense. You're getting deeper into the reef. It's getting darker. You come to a place where you feel more than see the cave open up a little bit. And you're really, like, you guys, even with your dark vision, you're not seeing more than just a couple feet in front of you, until suddenly kind of out in the darker depths of this cave, a light blinks on. I need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hey guys, we should probably swim towards that, right?
You guys are all close together that you get Malachi's aura bonus.
Fuck me.
What's the bonus?
+4. So Hannah, that's
all right.
only an 8 for me.
Okay.
That's a 24 for me.
Cool.
That is a 3 that comes to a 7.
Awesome.
Not to jinx it, but I have yet to roll below a 15 this session.
Wow.
You shouldn't have said that.
Why
for
would you
you.
say that?
Sick. Yeah, so Finn, you, despite saying, hey guys, we should swim toward that light, you then immediately realize,
Oh my god.
as you say it, that no, in fact, you should not swim toward that light. But Regin and Malachi, you guys both feel like swimming toward the light is a great idea. And you just kind of almost automatically start moving forward a little bit through the water.
I tear myself out of Malachi's grip.
I was gonna say, yeah, I am still holding them.
Yeah, I need everybody...
You should try and hold us back, Finn.
Everybody go ahead and roll.
I'm not... You're so heavy.
Roll initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna fuck the anglerfish.
That 20 on initiative.
Oh my god.
God, Andy.
Well, I got a 7, so...
I got a 6 that comes to a 9. With dis.
With dis, perfect. 9, 7 for Malachi, nat 20 for Finn. Are you rolling separate for Nurgle or having him go on your turn?
Oh. 13 for Nurcrab.
Great.
Did you know that when a male anglerfish is fertilizing a female anglerfish, he actually just kind of melds into her side and his limbs disappear? Well, they don't really have limbs. His fins disappear and he, like, starts feeding from her bloodstream and just becomes a parasite. That's what I'd like to do.
Men.
Wow.
Regin is explaining this via message in your heads.
Cool. So, Finn, you are up first. You do not really see the body of this creature, but you do see the light enough to kind of tell where it is, and you feel your friends kind of moving forward toward it.
So first thing I want to do, can I talk to whatever this creature is?
You can.
Hi, sir. We're just passing through. We really don't want any trouble.
I want trouble.
Oh, wow. All right, not gonna lie, good. That's a sick opener. I respect you for it. But we really need to get by. Just please don't eat us if that's your intention.
You can go.
Okay. I mean, that's not okay, but, like, is there any peaceful solution here?
It does not seem to think there's a peaceful solution here.
All right, well, God, just wait till you find out who my dad is. And then I guess I just sort of Eldritch Blast in that direction.
Cool. You have disadvantage on the roll, but you can still go ahead and make your attack roll.
So that is a natural 1.
Oh my god.
We're hitting the highs and lows today, folks.
Cool. So that one misses. Yeah. But I think you have a second Eldritch Blast, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
That one is a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit. You can roll damage.
That's 5 damage.
Cool. You miss with your first Eldritch Blast. The second one impacts into this creature.
When Finn hits it, are we able to see it?
I don't think Eldritch Blast makes light.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, I don't want to establish that Eldritch Blast makes light, because then I have to stand by that precedent.
That's fine.
Doesn't underwater.
Well, okay, so next is Nurgle's turn. Finn.
Next is my bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm going to get that tentacle in play, and it is going to. I want to put it like right in front of the creature, if I can tell where that is.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's between him and my friends, and then I want to thwack him with it.
Cool. Go ahead and do that.
Does that still have disadvantage?
The tentacle, does it have any language in it about sight?
No.
Why are we assuming that this creature's a male? It's probably a lady anglerfish, if it's anglerfish.
I think it's...
I've just decided it's an anglerfish,
okay.
though, so that's on me.
I mean, it definitely has anglerfish vibes.
I think it still has disadvantage, because
right.
it's you making the attack.
15.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
1.
Great.
That was a
Good
warning.
God.
As I do it, I just do a little like, no, bad, no.
Awesome. Cool. Now it's Nurgle's turn, or Nurcrab's turn.
Not really sure what he can do. Actually, no, I want to have
him snip off the light.
Yeah, I want to have Nurcrab swim up to the light and see if he can fuck with it with his claws.
Is that a lurker, or is that a Pact of the Chain thing? Because normally familiars can't attack in combat.
Oh, really? Oh, then no.
But I will say, if you want him to just crawl up there and block the light, I will say that that's going to do something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I was just like, Nurgle, go block the light. Go darken things up.
Cool.
So now we've got a bat signal shaped like Nurcrab.
Yeah, you do. Awesome. Cool. That
Regin, he's calling us.
That is Regin's turn. You are still charmed by this thing, so you use your turn to kind of move forward toward it. Still this kind of slow drifting, but at the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw, and this time you have advantage because of Nurgle blocking the light.
Semantic quibble for you, if I may. Is it a charm? Am I being charmed?
You are, actually. So, Finn should have had advantage on the first save.
Yeah, I was
He
gonna
made
say.
But, yeah.
As should I.
Why?
From...
Duergar Resilience.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You do have that. Yeah, so, you have... Well, you would have had advantage. You have advantage from Nurcrab and also from being a Duergar.
Okay. Very cool.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
18.
18. Cool. At the end of your turn, you kind of basically what happens is you finally swim close enough that you see behind the light this massive anglerfish with these kind of like rows of teeth opening up its mouth to kind of lunge toward you, and you're like, whoa! And manage to snap yourself out of the charm.
Oh, Regin, where are you going?
Does it look nice, Regin?
Not at all.
I don't want to be hasty in my judgment.
That is going to be Malachi. I rolled a 2 for this thing's initiative, so.
All right. Another wisdom save is all I can do, correct?
Yeah, at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, advantage from Nurkrab, and you get your own aura.
All right. Well, that is gonna be a 23.
23, yeah, for sure saves. You do the same thing as Regin, where you pull up kind of next to it, and you're like, whoa, this is not something that I want to get close to. Yeah. Awesome. Now it is the anglerfish's turn. It is going to attempt to bite Regin.
Okay.
It lunges at you with its teeth. That is a dirty 20 to hit. You take just 3 piercing damage, and you are grappled. And with this particular type of grapple, you are also restrained by it, as it grabs you in its big mouth.
Wonderful.
Sick. Back to the top. That is Finn's turn.
How big is this thing?
It's big. It is I believe it's a large. Oh no, it's a medium creature. So it's
like my size?
About the size of a person. Yeah.
Okay.
A large dog.
But a little bit bigger than a person, I would say. So bigger than a large dog.
A really large dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pretty large person. Is it bigger than me?
Yes, but only a little bit.
All right. So I guess I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast again.
Nice. Disadvantage still.
So that's a 10 on one,
That does not hit.
and now 1 on the
Oh,
other.
God. You really did use up your good rolls. Okay. Yeah,
Hubris.
neither of the Eldritch Blasts hit, but you can make a tentacle attack still.
19.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
2 whole damage,
Wow.
baby.
Good for you. Okay.
But I also want to telepath him again and be like, okay, I didn't want to play this card, but do you know who my father is?
No.
The lurker in the deep? Heard of him?
No.
Whoa! Wow. What? Huh?
I don't really deal with all that. I just eat fish when they come through here.
I appreciate the simplicity of your lifestyle.
Thanks.
But we're not fish!
It is actively trying to eat Regin as you are talking to it.
Reagan's making little, like, squeaky dog toy noises as he's getting chewed on.
Great. That's Nurkrab's turn.
Fascinating.
Um,
I think what he's doing is pretty helpful, honestly.
yeah, he'll stick up there.
Cool. Sweet. That is going to be Regin. That is your turn.
Can I ungrapple myself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. You make a. I believe it's an athletics check to get yourself ungrappled.
Oh wait, can Nurkrab help with that?
Yeah.
Can he swim down and like pull with his tiny claws on the teeth?
He can give Regin the help action, which I believe will cancel out the disadvantage from exhaustion.
And due to my squat nimbleness, I have advantage on strength and dex checks when grappling.
Great. So,
Yo.
I don't know if this is. I don't think this is how advantage and disadvantage works. Typically, advantage doesn't stack, but I will say I'll let it stack because Nurgle's helping you, and then also you. Yeah, so it comes back to being advantage.
Dirty 20.
That'll do it. You manage to pull yourself free of this thing's jaws and swim a little bit away from it.
Haha, I knew you were too small to eat, Regin.
I'm gonna fight
Why,
you.
you're barely an appetizer.
I crawl back into the anglerfish's jaw.
That does take your action, though. So, Malachi, that is you.
So is the deal that we have to, like, get past this thing to continue, or can we just, like, leave? Does it seem?
It seems like you could probably leave. It would get an opportunity attack on either you or Regin as you swam away, but you think you could leave. I will also tell you that from looking at it, this thing is not that strong compared to you guys, and it would probably be pretty easy to kill it.
Okay.
I'm sort of loath to kill a fish, though.
I mean, it's pretty wicked.
Even one as insubordinate as this one.
But also, like, just because of how big it is, it seems to you like it mostly stays in this cavern, and it probably won't chase you.
I don't know, Finn. Do we just try and go around, or should we just get rid of this thing?
I say let's try not to kill it, if we can.
Can you tell Regin?
Hey, Regin, we're gonna try to go for a non-violent solution, which is just swimming away.
Regin pauses as he's nestling himself back into the jaws. And he's like, oh, well, why didn't you say so?
With any luck, it'll stick around to eat some of the other things coming into this place after us.
Oh, yeah, true.
All right, so can I just go whatever way we were trying to go before we saw this thing, then?
Yeah, so
and take a dash?
You can take the disengage action, so it won't get an opportunity attack against you.
Disengage, and then my movement.
Cool. On its turn, it is going to attempt to bite Regin again. So let's see if it hits. Yeah, that is going to hit. That's a 22 to hit. You are grappled again as you started to head back to it, started to head away again, and then it bites you again, and you're grappled by it again. And you take, that time you take 6 piercing damage.
I look back as this is happening. I was like, Finn, you said we should leave.
Yeah, I stand by it.
Cool. That's going to be Finn's turn.
How damaged does it... Basically, does it seem plausible I could kill it this turn?
With how much damage you do, yes, but you do need to hit. And you have disadvantage.
All right, well, I hold up my arms glowing with Eldritch Blast, and I'm like, we will kill you if you don't let us pass, but if you let us pass, we won't kill you.
Huh. Go ahead and make an intimidation check. It's considering this around Regin and its jaws.
Fine, yeah, just chew on the dwarf. It's fine.
22.
Yeah, you guys have done enough damage to it, and it kind of knows. It's gotten hit a couple times. The tentacle is still, like, looming over it. So I will say that it goes, huh. And it will release Regin from its jaws.
Two.
And hey, if any sort of, like, goblin-looking guys come in here after us, go to town on them. Do whatever you want, bud.
Okay.
I like her.
Thank you.
She's a girl boss.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Goodbye.
Bye. And then I follow Malachi.
Cool. It let you go. Regin, I will say that on your turn, you and Nerd Crab can both manage to swim away from the scary
As soon as they catch
anglerfish.
up to me, I grab them both again.
Great.
That's gay, bro.
I don't like it down here.
Oh, really? I love it.
Finn, go ahead and...
It's like I'm living the life I was always meant for.
Go ahead and make me another survival check. I will tell you that nat 20, lowered the DC by even more than it usually does.
21.
21.
Jesus Christ.
Very nice. You are
Handy.
Great at survival checks. Cool. Give me another... somebody give me another D10 roll.
10.
Awesome.
That means we win, right?
And then, Finn, remind me, your passive perception is 16, right?
13.
13. Cool. So, you guys start to swim through this tunnel, and you start to get to the point where it's beginning to open up in front of you again. But before you actually make it into that cave, Finn, you hear a sound behind you, and you glance over your shoulder just in time to see that there are these two really scary looking fish guys. They basically look like they're these kind of like half humanoid fish, which you guys have run into humanoid fish type creatures a few times now.
Mermaids?
But these are a lot bigger than the Kuatoa, and they have their, like, where their face should be, it, like, opens up into, like, a kind of, like, 3-part, like, toothy maw, and they have these, like, long tendrils coming off their heads. You spot them before they are on you guys, meaning they don't get a surprise round, but I do need us all to roll initiative again.
They're like, are they like lamprey dudes?
I don't really know how to describe them with my words. They're like, they look like this.
Ooh.
Oh, he's
19.
ugly.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Well, fun news is I rolled a nat 1, which means I have initiative 0.
They look kind of like Slardar from Dota 2, if that helps anybody.
I was gonna say Salacious B. Crumb, but if Salacious B. Crumb had, like, green dreadlocks.
And was buff.
I got a 10.
Cool.
14 for Nurgle.
14. Awesome.
Malachi is just paralyzed with fear at the sight of buff Salacious B. Crumb.
I don't even know what that is.
Finn, you are up first.
Oh boy. I guess I'll do them the courtesy of telepathing. Like, hey, any chance we can all be friends here? With my hands already glowing.
Yeah, you just hear like a screeching sound in your head.
Yeah, I figured. Do I still have disadvantage, or am I
No.
clear of
There's
that?
enough light. The anglerfish cave was especially dark. Now there's enough light that it's just straight roll.
21 to hit with one beam,
Nice, that absolutely hits.
and 15 with the other.
Cool. I will assume that those both hit. I'll assume you're going after the one that was kind of in front.
I was gonna go for 1 and 1.
Oh, okay, great. That works too.
That's 13 damage on the first,
Oofda.
and also 13 on the other.
Damn.
Oh.
So much damage.
Sick.
Cool. You blast into these guys with both
This
your
is my reef!
Eldritch
Mine!
blasts. Awesome. Are you going to do anything with your bonus action?
Yeah, I am, actually. I'm gonna summon a tentacle.
Awesome.
And it is just gonna whack the closer one.
Cool.
12 to hit,
A 12 actually does hit. Yeah.
7 damage.
Cool. Yeah, you have impacted it with both blasts and with your tentacle. It does not look happy, but it does look focused. These guys look like they are here on a mission. Cool. It is now the closer one's turn. All three of you watch as it opens its jaws, and it just lets out this terrifying, reverberating screech that just echoes through the tunnel, echoes around, bounces, rattles your ears. I need all of you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus Christ.
You know we're stupid, Hannah.
You get Malachi's aura. I'm going to say, Andy, I want Nurgle to make this save also.
Ooh. Okay, so Finn got a 25.
13.
Regin got a 3 that came to a 7.
He has negative wisdom as a crab. That's a 10.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. A 14 with Malachi.
Cool.
Yeah.
Everyone but Regin saves.
Good.
Regin, you are stunned. Yeah, you feel your mind just is kind of rattling too much for you to do anything.
Narrative quibble for you. Is this paralytic mechanics?
What's the wording of whatever your ability is?
Advantage on saves against paralysis.
It is not paralysis, it is
Okay.
stun. Yeah, those are different.
I wasn't sure if those things are different.
It's a good question. I want to make sure you're using your abilities. Cool. So that is Nurkrab's turn.
I can think of quite a few abilities Regin isn't using.
Yeah, I have a phenomenal singing voice, actually.
Okay, so I want to have Nurkrab swim over and, like, poke Regin with his pincers to give him advantage on what I assume will be an incoming check to snap out of this.
Nice. Nurkrab scuttles up onto Regin and is on his shoulder, pinching at him with his little claws. It is the next creature's turn. It is going to close the distance between you guys, swim right up to Regin, and it is going to take a bite attack directly against Nurgle. So that is
No!
I'll kill him.
That is a does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna do 8 piercing damage to
Nurgle!
You watch as this thing
He's done. He had 2 HP.
bites into Nurkrab, and he
Take Regin instead, damn it!
dissipates into a cloud of bubbles.
Aw, cute.
This is exactly what I was afraid of.
And then he's going to go ahead and take his 2 claw attacks against Regin. I believe he has advantage. Yes, he does. Yeah, that'll hit. That's like a 22. 8 slashing damage.
You just need to get to the portal.
And then its next attack. Wow, that might miss even with advantage. Does a 12 hit your armor class?
Negative.
Nice. Cool. So it misses on its second claw. Sick. That is Regin's turn. Regin, you're stunned. You don't make a save, but you are going to snap out of it on the creature's next turn.
Oh my god, Nurgle died for nothing.
Sweet.
Oh, man.
And there's no way in which I can get an opportunity attack, despite the fact that this guy's, like, on me.
Correct. He's not swimming away from you. He's just on you.
He's just touching me.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Regin's getting touched by a lot of sea creatures today. He's not
Don't talk about
doesn't like
Malachi
that.
and Finn that way.
Getting nibbled on.
No, please do talk about me that way.
Awesome. Malachi, that's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the guy who's, whatever he's doing to Regin. Biting him,
Cool.
clawing him with my axe.
He was just a little crab.
Oh yeah, the guy who fucking killed Nurgle? I'm slaying that bitch. Oh, I'm really slaying that bitch. That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, you bet your ass I will. That's 14 damage on my first attack.
Good God.
Is he still up?
He's still up. Yeah. These guys are pretty beefy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna attack him again.
Go ahead.
You killed Nurgle! Nurg crab, sorry.
He goes by many names.
Okay, well, that one wasn't so great. I don't suppose an 11 will hit.
An 11 actually does hit. These guys have a lot of HP, but a very low armor class, as you're kind of slashing into them more.
Well, here we go. I just crit on my damage.
Holy
Not
shit.
crit, but you know.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 16.
Good God. Okay. Nice. He's looking pretty messed up. Back to the top. Finn, that is your turn.
All right, so first I'm gonna swim away a bit,
Okay.
just to back up. Oh, Nurgle boy, the pipes are called. I'm singing this telepathically into every fish in the vicinity.
So we can also hear you.
They sing with you.
And all the coral reef.
Well, General Nurgle is dead and gone.
All right, and then I'm gonna go to town on the one who killed Nurgle.
Great.
Nat 20
Jesus.
and a 15 for my 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Those both hit, and the one's a crit, so it'll do double damage.
Unfucking-believable.
All right, so altogether that's 21 damage from the 2 Eldritch
My
Blasts.
God. Yeah, he is on death's door immediately.
Not
And
dead.
I'm about to shove him over the doorstep with a goddamn
You
tentacle.
very well might. Go ahead and make your attack.
18.
Ha!
Roll damage.
Only 2.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
He is clinging to life with 1 hit point.
Oh my god. Let me double check that there's no bonus to this damage. Yeah, no bonus to that
Oh
damage.
my god.
Cool. But also,
Die!
its speed is reduced by 10 feet, which might become relevant. That's good to know.
Oh yeah, I always forget about
The
that.
other one, the one who screamed, is going to
no.
take the disengage action and bolt. It's going to go back the way it came.
The way it came? Okay.
Away from you guys. So actually,
Can I still talk to the anglerfish? Are we still close enough?
what's the range on your telepathy?
120 feet.
I'll let you still be able to talk to the anglerfish. Yeah.
Kill him! Kill him!
What?
There's a treat coming your way.
Well, if you see a scary fish guy, honestly, he might be a little above your weight class, so don't get into anything you can't handle. But kill him!
Okay. Great. He speeds off. He actually doesn't need to disengage, I'm realizing, because he is not in melee with any of you, so he gets 80 feet away. And I'm going to say that puts him, you can still give chase if you really want, but that puts him, like, around a corner. Cool. That's the other one's turn. This one, and Regin is now unstunned. So this one does need to disengage because he's in melee with Regin and Malachi. So he's going to disengage, so he can only move 40 feet away. So that does not put him around the corner. He's still in sight of you guys. Regin, that is your turn.
He's 40 feet away.
Yeah.
I flip him off.
Cool. Malachi, that's you.
He's not gonna be coming after us again, it appears.
It appears like he's trying to swim away.
Yeah. I will also flip him off and then look instantly a little remorseful, but...
Finn, that's your turn.
I'm like in their heads. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And I swim closer and I Eldritch Blast him.
Cool, go ahead and make your attack roll.
I don't have ranged attacks!
21 and 18.
Yes, those both hit. Again, he has 1 hit point left. You're welcome to roll damage if you'd
dead.
like, but you Eldritch Blast him in the back.
As he's fleeing.
As he's fleeing.
19 damage.
Yeah, he's very dead.
You have only yourself to blame for this.
The body is just
See-
kind of floating there.
Finn, I wanted you to have the satisfaction of doing that yourself.
Yeah.
I swim over and I spit on his body. But then because we're underwater, it just sort of floats there in front of me. And I'm like, oh.
Finn's body count keeps increasing.
Can you...
This is one that I feel no remorse about.
Well, Finn, can you bring Nurkrab back?
Oh my god, you're right! Do we have 10 minutes to spare?
Can you do it while we walk?
Can I?
I'm gonna say no, you can't do it while you walk, and as far as whether you guys have 10 minutes to spare is dicey, because you are under here with a time limit by the time you have to get to the portal by
Oh, yeah.
midnight. It's
If we get there early, we can always...
if you get there early,
Yeah, if we get there early, I'll resummon him right before we walk in, so he can be part of it.
Speaking of which, I was curious, is there any way to know how much time has passed?
Oh, yeah.
There is, yeah, I will say you guys are kind of keeping track of time. I'm going to say that it is getting close to, everybody go ahead and make me just an intelligence check.
Yikes.
This is our party's weakest stat. 15, though.
I got a nat 1.
I got a 4.
Malachi, Regin, this way! Oh my god.
Yeah, you two have fully lost track of time, but Finn, you kind of know that it is maybe like 15, 20 minutes till midnight. But you can
Okay.
you kind of get the sense that you're getting close. That you are pretty close to this center here. Additionally, can I have all 3 of you make me insight checks?
Oh,
15.
9.
Do we get Malachi on that? I don't know
No,
what we
it's
get
for
Malachi
saving
on.
throws.
Okay.
And you have dis, because it's an ability check.
Yeah, it's a 9.
Cool.
Same hat.
Yeah, I'm going to say that none of you really pick up on anything unusual.
Just what we love
you
to
don't really
hear.
know what those guys' deals were. It seems like there was something a little, I think Finn, you're kind of like, that was a weird encounter there.
Something a little fishy, might one say.
One might. But you don't really get any more insight than that.
Damn.
I'm too bloodlusted to be insightful about anything.
Awesome.
I'm just like I'm floating over that corpse like
Cool. Okay, so after dealing with that, you guys, like I said, you were right by the opening to another cave. So you kind of swim forward into this cave.
Oh, how do you do, young Nurgle the crab? You left no crab body to lay on a slab.
Finn, as you're telepathically just singing this out, you hear like a deep, bassy voice join in with you telepathically. I don't know this song well enough to join in. And you start hearing
great
kind of
song.
like a little bit of like almost like a drum beat along with it as you guys are swimming forward.
It's Sebastian.
As you come into this this cave that opens up, you guys see that this one has a little more light to it than some of the other caves you've been in. There's some kind of like bioluminescent plants, it looks like, kind of on the walls
yeah.
here. Just this really pretty kind of like, almost looks like a garden with these plants and lots of different colors and these lights and stuff like that. And kind of sitting right in the middle of this room is this giant sea turtle. And there's kind of like a few little like crabs and fish and stuff like that, just kind of like like floating around, and one of the crabs is like
A tear comes to my eye when I see the crabs.
one of the crabs is like playing the drums on the back of this giant turtle. And the turtle kind of like looks up at you as you guys come in and he goes, "Oh, howdy there, friends. Welcome. Come in, take a load off, sit down for a little while."
I mean, only Finn understands this.
Wow, I am into this.
I look at Finn.
What's your name? I'm Finn.
My name's Ted. How about you? Welcome, Finn. Welcome. What brings you down to the coral reef?
Place of power stuff.
Yeah. Some sort of... I'm feeling all kinds of magic coming from back there, I'll tell ya.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling all kinds of magic coming from right here, baby. This is good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, we like to come down here, play a little music, keep ourselves entertained, better than, running away from giant sharks.
So true.
Finn, do you know this
Are
guy?
they still playing the World War I morning song that I was singing, but, like, with a jazzy beat?
Yeah. They seem to have, like, picked up on the melody, but they've kind of incorporated it with these sort of...
I did you beat the drum slowly? I did you play the five slowly?
Exactly like that. And they're just kind of like vibing. You guys, Malachi and Regin, you're not getting any of the telepathic stuff, but you are getting the kind of like you're seeing the little crab beating out a rhythm.
This is very cool. Very cool.
My eyes behind my cat eye sunglasses are just darting back and forth very quickly.
Ted kind of like looks up at you, Finn, and he's like, "So you here for, the weird, creepy kind of magic stuff?"
Yep, that's my jam.
Nice. You friends with that guy who's been hanging around?
Kathoth?
Probably. He doesn't really talk to me. He's not this kind of guy who's interested in a jam session.
Huh, yeah, I believe that.
Weird.
Brutal.
Not really interested in me bringing him coffee either. Go figure.
You'll wonder what he is interested in.
Yeah, we're colleagues.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, feel free to...
He might be my boss, I'm not sure.
You guys can feel free to stay and listen to the music for a little bit if you want.
Now, we are sort of in a hurry, but, like, are you guys doing this all night?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going anywhere.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, we'll definitely swing by on our way out.
Cool. But, it's a pleasure to meet you, Finn. I'm glad you guys stopped by.
Me too, wow.
Finn, do you know this guy?
I do now.
Cool.
His name's Ted, and he seems pretty chill.
What are your friends named?
Oh, this is... Guys, can I tell him your name? Do you want me to lie to this sea turtle?
No,
You don't need
Is
to
that what
lie.
we've come to?
I'm fine with it.
This is Malachi and Regin.
Introduce me
Don't
to the
need
sea
tell him
turtle.
my name, but okay.
He seems cool.
He waves his fins at you guys.
I'll wave back.
Yeah, and you guys stay and kind of listen to the rhythms, but you're very aware that you're on a timetable, so you don't stay too long. But as you leave, you can't help but feel just like the music really got to your soul. You feel a little refreshed. Each of you have a D8 of bardic inspiration from your encounter.
Oh, yeah!
Ted, hero!
I was like, there's a reason that Hannah's giving us a nice little interlude.
Yeah, it's to meet Ted, duh.
Wait. Before we go, can I offer Ted one of the berries I picked?
Oh, yeah. You offer him...
I'm not really sure what these are, but want one?
Yeah, I'll roll the dice. He goes to bite into it.
And he dies.
Oh, he bites into it, and he makes a sour face, and he's like, "Oh, that was a bad one.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
it's like that sometimes. Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
I love your outlook, man.
When you're a sea turtle just living in a kind of vaguely magical coral reef at the bottom of the ocean, you gotta just learn to roll with things.
So true.
That's what it's all about.
So true. We can't hear
Listen,
this.
Ted, I don't want to make... Can I hug you? Like, are we
Yeah,
there?
my flippers don't really do hugs, but you can hug me.
All right, yeah, I give him a hug.
It feels good. It feels, again, he's a sea turtle. It's kind of hard, but and as he hugs you, he's kind of like, "Man, you seem like you're kind of having a rough day."
Yeah, I lost a friend today,
Sorry to hear that.
and it might be hours before I get him back.
Oh no, you never want it to be hours between seeing your friends.
Uh-huh.
So true, Ted.
So true, bestie.
So, he's kind of like, "Well, I'm sure he'll be happy to see you when you see him again. And hey, when you come back through this reef, I'll be happy to see you too."
All right. Right back at you.
Great. Cool. And you guys move on. Great. Finn, go ahead and make me another survival check.
24.
Fantastic.
What the fuck, Andy?
That'll do it. Roll me
Survival god.
Roll me one more d10, somebody. But you distinctly feel, Finn, that you are very close to where your destination is supposed to be.
6.
Cool. You enter into another room. This one, again, is...
Listen, children, to a story that was written long ago about a crab whose name was Nurgle, and how I miss him so.
Yep.
You enter to a room that, again, this is
Wait. So fill to me the parting crab. Okay. Carry
I can hear Finn. I'm nodding along to Finn's verse, but it's totally out of sync with Reagan's verse, which I can't hear at all.
Cool. So you guys swim into another cave, and this one is very, very dark.
As I swam out on the reef of Laredo, as I swam out on the coral one day,
Everybody, welcome
Nurgle,
to...
I hardly knew ya.
I saw a familiar, and he was dying.
This is Soft's,
Malachi, let's go with Finn.
combined musical and funeral episode.
The fusical.
You find yourselves in another cave where the water is very, very dark. And as you swim into it, you also feel the water getting warmer and warmer.
Finn.
I need everybody to make me both perception checks. And give me the perception checks first.
Nat 1, which is a 4.
12.
19.
Wow. Even with disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 16 and a 17.
Good for you.
I'm too consumed with grief.
Cool. You guys, with those rolls, you're kind of starting to make your way through this room, but it's kind of, there's like a bunch of plants in here and like a bunch of, it's very confusing and you can't really see. I do need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
23.
11.
11.
Hang on, math is hard.
Ooh.
22.
22. Great.
Knock, knock, knocking on Nurgle's door.
Okay.
Malachi, you take 1 fire damage from this, which makes sense. You're kind of wearing armor. It's a little bit kind of, as the water is heating up around you, you take 1 fire damage from this. You guys are making your way through, but aren't quite through the room yet. Go ahead and give me another round of perception checks.
Oh, Lord.
Are we getting boiled?
You are. There's bubbles in the water around you.
That's a 9.
Oof.
13.
7.
Okay, give me another group of Constitution saving throws.
Hey, does it feel hot at all to you guys?
Yeah. Too hot.
Same thing. That's a 24 again. No, 23.
Nice.
13.
18?
Okay, those all pass. You guys managed to not take any of this heat
Oh, wait, no,
damage.
that's not right. It's 15. Sorry.
Even more, you don't take the heat damage as you're making your way through here. 1 more group of perception checks. Or maybe not 1 more. Try to roll well.
9 again.
17.
16.
Cool. This time, you guys are kind of having to pull Finn with you, as he is very much... Finn, you're just getting distracted by... There's too many, like, fish that are, like... In fact, this room, it's too hot, so, like, you don't have fish, but there are these really interesting, like, sea snails that instead of, like, talking are just kind of, like, humming. So you're kind of distracted by that.
This is a musical reef.
But you guys managed to get yourselves through and pull out on the opposite side, where in front of you, you see, rather than mostly the light that's been kind of getting you guys through these tunnels has just been like filtering in from the surface. But now you're starting to see a light that's coming from up ahead. And you can see a place where you see that the passageway that you're in goes a little bit further and then opens up even more into where you can see that something is glowing. Do you guys have anything you want to do before you kind of start to approach this area?
Do we have time to get Nurcrab back?
Yeah, does this seem like it's definitely the spot?
It does, but I'm going to say that you don't think you have time.
Okay. I take a little time to like trace an outline of Nerd Crab on the wall of the coral.
Cool.
And then I kiss my fingers, and then I press my fingers against that little drawing.
Can we hear anything that's going on in there or no?
Go ahead and make perception checks. I know you just made a bunch of perception checks, but this is for something else.
Oh. 16.
9 again.
Wow.
8.
Cool. Yeah, with the 16...
There's one more Nurgle in heaven. There's one more crab in the sky.
You hear... What you hear is the rushing of water, which is a weird sound to hear.
Love it.
When you're already underwater.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
with a 16, I will say you're the first to spot a figure walking toward you guys from the direction of the power source. And he is in fact kind of walking rather than swimming, as you two have never met him before, but Finn, you see Kathoth approaching you guys, kind of half walking, half kind of gliding along the floor of the cave, as he kind of comes up to you guys and he goes, Finn, welcome. I'm glad to see you made it with just a couple minutes to spare. Good for you. Are these the friends you said you're +2 or whatever?
I have my axe out.
Yeah, well, I said +3, but not everyone made it.
Who did you lose
I
someone?
lay a steady hand on Finn's shoulder.
Thank you, Regin.
Did you...
Yes.
Are we able to understand Kathoth or just
I'm
Finn?
going to say that Kathoth... I'm pretty sure Kathoth has a telepathy ability, so yes. He's speaking in all of your heads, and I'll let you know if he speaks to just one person.
Okay.
Do you, I mean, actually, you and Nurgle might know each other. Any chance?
He kind of looks at you and he's like, Nurgle. I don't think I'm familiar.
Yes, exactly. he was my familiar.
Well, sorry to hear about your familiar. It's always such a shame when you have to go, hours without resummoning them.
Don't you work for
Yeah, you get it.
the lurker?
I
who
do.
Gave him the familiar? Couldn't you bring him back?
so yes. Everybody, this is Kathoth.
Hello.
He's a colleague.
I am Kathoth. He gives a very formal bow.
I raise my eyebrows.
That's how Regin says hello.
Hello,
I say,
then.
grr, bark, bark, grr.
I don't know what that is.
I don't say that.
That's new.
Could you imagine? Oh my god, what if I got rabies from the anglerfish? Or the other guy who bit me.
Can fish get rabies?
No.
All right. I don't say anything to Kathoth. I just look at
Wait.
this guy.
Sorry, just not to harp on this too much, but isn't one of the things with rabies you become terrified of water?
Yes.
Can you imagine a fish having rabies?
That would
be
suck.
the worst.
That would be fucked up. Imagine if there was a disease that made you afraid of air.
Well,
Ooh.
it's called seasonal allergies.
Okay.
Wow, I hope Finn doesn't get rabies.
Cool. Kathoth kind of looks at you, Finn, and he's like, your friends aren't very talkative.
No,
All right. Well,
you're right.
What are we doing here?
Finn's father wanted him to be in attendance at the power surge that is happening
Why?
here at the center of power. I believe it's intended to enhance Finn's power somehow, to sort of make him
Nice.
stronger, more connected with his father.
So it literally is his bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hold on. Does a bar mitzvah make you more powerful?
In some
insofar
ways,
as
yes.
becoming a teen.
No,
Teenagers are more powerful than children.
So yes, but I don't know. I've in my many years working for the Lurker, I've only gotten to see a few events like this, so I'm very excited. Shall we?
Me too. Hey, how do I look? Do I look okay? I turn to everybody.
You got a little bit of
Look,
blood, but you're fine.
Okay.
do you have security running this event?
Do I have what?
Do you have any security working the event tonight?
I mean,
There were a couple of guys tried to kill us on the way in, so.
really? Well, I guess that makes sense.
Oh.
There are more.
A bunch of guys.
That more people would be interested in coming to the.
Do you
center
know
power.
any guys whose faces open up?
I mean, I know many people whose faces open up. In fact, I'm the servant of a great eldritch horror, so I that sort of thing kind of comes with the terrain.
They look sort of like a buff Salacious B. Crumb.
That does narrow it a bit. I've definitely met some guys like that, yes.
Because a couple of those gave us some trouble.
Well, I trust that you dispatch them without too much trouble. Believe me, with me on your side, there's very little for you to fear from anything in these waters.
Nice. I high-five Kathoth.
He high-fives you. He's very buff.
Oh.
Wait, wow, that's you. I was not picturing him buff.
No, he's extremely buff. This dude is, like, built.
Whoa.
I am looking.
All right.
Sick.
Daddy Jones.
He kind of gestures in the direction of the portal, and he's like, shall we?
What exactly are we doing?
I think you just kind of stand around it, and then we wait to see what happens.
All right.
Here, it'll make more sense when you're in there.
So it just looks like a chamber with just like a glow
Yeah,
in the
currently
middle?
you guys are standing back in the passageway, and ahead of you, you can see that it opens up into a big chamber, and it's glowing.
Can I insight?
Yes, you can make an insight check. Mm-hmm.
Damn it. All right, well, it's useless. It's like a 8.
Yeah, this guy is a little unsettling. He's...
Oh, sorry, 9.
9. He's a little unsettling. He's definitely got some shit going on, but he holds himself kind of very proud, and I think you can tell that he is genuinely, like, very excited for whatever's about to happen here. He thinks this is going to be good. Yeah, I think that's what you got.
All right.
So we just stand around this incredibly powerful source of power and see what it does.
Yes.
I'm gonna wait outside, guys, if that's cool with you.
You're a loss.
Kathoth, do you know anything about, well, the land nations, in particular the Church of Lithios?
I know a small bit. I don't tend to concern myself too much with the overworld workings. It's small in the eyes of the lurker, but sometimes things become necessary.
I lean over to Regin and I whisper, see, everyone up there is small in the eyes of the lurker, not just you.
I smack Finn upside the head.
Ow, Kathoth, he hit me!
All right.
We have reason to believe that, well, a priestess of their church might be interested in this power portal as well. Power source, sorry.
If she is, she had better get down here quickly or she's going to miss what's about to happen. I would think that if other forces were interested in interfering, they would be here already. And yet it's just us.
So nobody else is in there? Like,
No.
Can we
It's
get
just us?
It's just
we get
us.
a guest list?
I've been around. I haven't seen anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, that's concerning. Alright, well, I'll guard the door. You guys go stick your fingers in the socket.
Okay.
I would rather have you in there to guard our backs rather than just the door, but...
Kathoth kind of looks at Regin and shrugs and is like, it's pretty cool. Your loss.
I will stand right inside the door.
Okay. So... You guys swim forward, following Kathoth. Regin, are you going to enter the room, or are you going to stay a little bit back? I'm going to say that this hallway that you're in right now is 60 feet long, and if you want to just kind of, like, hang back in it, you're welcome to.
I wanna stop right outside the door so I can, like, see in, but I don't...
Quick question.
Yes.
Do we know exactly how long... Did Kathoth say exactly when it would start? Like, I'm looking for minutes here.
I think he's like, it's sort of a process where it ramps up, but it should start. It's already doing more interesting things than it was the first time I looked at it. But it should be doing really interesting things in about, 2 minutes.
How long does it typically last?
I don't know. I've never been here for one of these before.
Do you have any idea of hearing from others, or
I would
the lurker
say
himself?
A few minutes, probably, not more than 10 or so.
Okay. I guess we can head in.
All right. Kathoth leads you down this hallway. Regin, you stop just outside. Finn and Malachi, you guys step in, and all three of you see that it opens up into a very large, although it's still not that large, probably about 60 feet across. Actually, I'm going to say 60-foot radius, so 120 feet across. Circular room. And what you find yourselves looking at is an underwater whirlpool. It's kind of bending your mind to look at it a little bit because you're very much still underwater and there's water everywhere, but the entire floor of this chamber, aside from like kind of a very narrow around it, is this whirlpool. And it almost looks like it's contained to the floor, like Cathoth kind of floats ahead of you and kind of like floats over it, and isn't like getting sucked down into it or anything. But the whole floor of this place is just this enormous swirling whirlpool. The walls of this cave because it is coral, everything's coral, and there's all of these different plants in all of these different colors. You guys have been seeing a lot of strange underwater plants as you've been coming through here, but these are the strangest ones yet. They grow in all kinds of like shapes. There's like ones that are like bright orange and ones that are like this like bright, like almost like neon blue. They're glowing a whole bunch of different colors, and they kind of like flash on and off at different points. There's a few kind of like fish and sea creatures in here, and all of them look like a little bit fucked up. They're weird colors, or they look like not like familiar fish that you've ever seen before, and you guys have all seen a lot of fish.
Familiar.
You didn't tell me we were going to a circuit party.
You also see this one like dark black very large squid kind of up on the ceiling, just kind of like spread out there with its like long arms, just kind of like looking around at the entire
cave rave,
the entire room. Cathoth kind of like, his eyes kind of like light up with excitement as he sort of like looks around, and he's like, all right, I think this will all be starting very soon. I don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but I know I'm excited to see what it looks like. All three of you can go ahead and give me, I will let you pick insight or like an arcana check.
Okay.
19.
Nice.
Dirty 20 arcana.
Wow.
Got a 10.
19 insight.
Okay, cool. Malachi, you feel, even with a 10, you still feel a little bit of, as you guys are here, and as you're kind of standing here, the whirlpool starts to go faster and faster, and there starts to be more kind of like colors flashing in the plants and just like in the water. And you begin to see, coming from the center of the whirlpool, like a water vortex, kind of like when you know those like science experiments you do with two bottles where you can make it do a water vortex? It's one of those, kind of stretching up from the middle of the whirlpool and kind of like connecting to a smaller whirlpool that's forming on the ceiling. You see the squid kind of like scuttles to the side to get out of the way as the smaller whirlpool is forming, and this kind of water tornado is dropping down in between it. You, Malachi, feel a little bit of like pressure on your chest, and even with a 10, what it reminds you of is a while back when you guys had one of the cubes. You had put your rock up against it and had felt like a repelling, like opposite poles of opposite magnets. That's what you're feeling. It's not necessarily like a feeling of dread or like danger or anything like that. It's just a kind of like a gentle push, as if you almost have to, and you're a big guy, you can do this well enough, but you have to like ground yourself in order to not just get pushed back out of the tunnel.
I tighten my grip on Regin and Finn.
Yeah. Regin, you're feeling...
Isn't Regin waiting in the doorway?
Yeah, you can't.
Well, we didn't say that we walk all the way in yet, but...
Oh, I did.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Finn and Malachi, the way I'm picturing it is Finn and Malachi are like standing right inside the door. Finn maybe has gone in a little bit more with Cathoth. Regin is kind of like standing right behind you. You can reach back and grab his hand if you want. Regin...
I will. I'm scared.
Regin, you're feeling the opposite. Instead of feeling pushed back, you don't feel pulled in exactly, but you feel kind of like calmer, which is insane. That's not how one would expect to feel in this situation. Nothing
That's
about
fucking
this
weird.
should be calm or normal, and it's sort of alarming to you that you feel calmer, but you'd been worried that getting close to a source of power like this, you've been very alert for the kind of telltale signs of your hair standing up on the back of your neck, or the smell of ozone in the air, or anything like that. But you're not getting any of that. There's no lightning in here. Instead, you just kind of feel even more in control than you typically do. And more sort of like centered in yourself as this colorful, wild scene is playing out in front of you. And Finn, you feel great. You feel like it is like, this magic feels familiar, this feels good, this feels like the kind of magic that you've been wielding for years. Like, this is like where you belong. And like Kathoth had talked about that maybe the lurker wanted you to become stronger from this. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become stronger from this. You guys,
It makes a little excited squealing noise.
Kathoth like smiles at you, and he's a pretty like dignified, reserved guy, but as you make that little noise, he kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder and like squeezes a little bit, as he too is kind of like looking excitedly at this vortex that's forming. Can I have everybody give me perception checks?
Yeah.
18.
Can't roll for fucking shit. 8.
That is 22.
22.
What the hell?
Regin,
With disadvantage?
I rolled a 19 and a 20.
this is Nolani can afford to take
Killing me.
exhaustion because he rolls like this. So, cool.
But only when it's not helpful.
Man, that vortex really is centering your power.
God, I feel so calm.
As you're kind of like looking forward, you kind of look like past Malachi, who's sort of like, Malachi, your eyes are like darting around. You're looking for threats.
I've like taken a step or two back.
Yeah, exactly. Regin,
I like kind of like move Malachi out of the way in a comical fashion because we're under the water, so we're floating. So I just kind of to the side, stick my head in.
you look past Malachi, and you're the only one who sees that at the very center of this vortex, that rather than being like big at the top and narrow at the bottom, or like big at the bottom and narrow at the top, it's kind of like an hourglass shape where it's narrowest in the middle. And you begin to see that there is something taking shape in the center of this vortex, something that is bizarrely angular and cube shaped. As this is happening,
Would we be able to tell when it's like happening?
I think
or
you
not?
can tell that this is as the like vortex starts to come and as the colors
Okay.
kind of start to flash. Kathoth is like, here we go. So if you have any last like spells or anything that you wanted to cast before it happened, that would be a now thing.
Is there sick EDM going? Like, I feel like we're heating up to the bass drop here.
Emotionally, yes. Yeah, really, it's like the whooshing of water. But
Is the lurker himself, like, what categorization of beast is he? Would we know this from the books that we've...
I don't
Simple
think...
mortal seeks to categorize the lurker.
Or does he have a category? Or what?
I don't think you know.
It is folly.
You can make a Arcana or Nature check for me, or Religion, any of those.
Okay.
Actually, Religion. It would be
The
Religion.
very idea is laughable.
Well, it's just a 6, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
know,
so
I guess.
take whatever guess Taylor would take at what he might be.
But, like, does he fall into a category?
I will tell you he falls into a category. Yeah.
Okay.
The category is DILFs.
If he's a god, the category would be Celestial.
Yeah, I'm going
Good
to...
one.
Oh, man, I was going to cast this on I don't know.
Protection from dilfs.
I don't know whether to do it on me or on Regin because he has disadvantage.
Give me the opposite of protection from dilfs.
Okay, well, I don't know that Regin's feeling good about this. I'm feeling bad. I'm assuming Regin's feeling bad, and I know Regin has exhaustion. So as I feel like this thing is like starting to start, as I'm holding Regin's hand, I want to squeeze his hand, and I'm going to cast protection from evil and good.
So gay.
I'm nervous as hell right now.
Even as I'm
not nervous. I'm scared.
Pushing past you to look closer.
Do any of you want to do or have done before this any healing or anything? I know some of you are down a few hit points.
Actually, yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna... Does this count as, like, can I do more than one action? Because that spell is an action.
Yeah, this is like, I'm letting you have kind of done this while you were back in the hallway a bit, too. This is just kind of preparing anything you would do mechanically to prepare yourselves for... Yeah. Question mark.
And while I cast that, I'm going to let 6 lay on hands leech into him as well.
Okay. So you gain 6 hit points.
And I'm
losing hit points because you're fucking breaking my knuckles out here.
I'm going to take the remaining 4 for myself, so I'm going to spend 10 total, so I have 10 left, if needed.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm doing for now.
Okay.
So, will I know when my time is up?
Oh, with the water breathing?
Yeah.
You'll feel it in the kind of like minute before. You'll feel kind of like, oh shit, I'm about to run out of water breathing. You have the other one, you can take it at that point if you need to. You're not feeling that yet. And I think you kind of know from timing that you probably have... You might end up, depending on how long this takes, you might end up needing to take the second one to get you back to the surface. But you don't need it yet.
Cool.
Okay, so do we know that healing potions, would we be, like, able to get our hands on more of those in the future, do we think? Can I assume?
It seemed like AAA had quite a few, so as long as you're still able to, reconvene with them, yes. Other than that, this is a little bit more of a high magic world, so they're more common and less expensive here than they would be in standard D&D.
Okay. When I give Regin those land hands, I'm going to be like, actually, I point to the potion that he's holding.
I'm like, what are you pointing at?
I point to the potion.
It's in my pocket. I start emptying my pockets.
Okay, I can message you if you message me first.
What do you say? Do you want gum? I've got chewing gum.
I need the potion. Here, you take these good berries. I want the potion.
I don't want okay, here.
Just so you have something.
How many are there?
There are 12 in that jar. And I'm going to drink that potion now, actually, just because I'm very nervous.
Cool.
I am too busy being in eldritch ecstasy to drink a potion.
Good.
I feel good. I don't even notice Malachi trying to heal me.
Cool. So Malachi kind of like is frantically doing these preparations while Regin, you are watching this cube crystallize in the center of the vortex. And Finn, you are kind of feeling this. You're feeling your own power like respond to the power of the power center. And you feel stronger and more connected with your father than you've ever felt. And you feel Kathoth next to you also seems to be kind of like responding to the portal. His eyes are like glowing just a little bit and he seems like very excited. And he says to you, oh, look at that, isn't it beautiful? I've worked for the Lurker in the Deep for 100 years. And I've only had the pleasure of seeing something like this a handful of times. And yet, Finn, over the past 5 years, I things like this have been happening more and more. Something big is coming. Something tremendous, and my master is rising. He's growing in strength with each passing day, and I am rising with him, and sooner than you would think, as he squeezes your shoulder, sooner than you would think, he will flood the world, and he will reign over an endless sea. And of course, if I'm going to rule alongside him, I can't have a naive, unfocused brat like you getting in my way.
Yes!
His grip on your shoulder tightens. You feel a shock of energy go through your body. Immediately, Finn, you take
I offered to bring you coffee.
You take, oh boy, I rolled high on that. You take,
Knew this was gonna happen.
Dun, dun.
you take 29 points of damage.
Yeah!
Holy fuck, I'm down.
Finn immediately goes unconscious. You guys watch as there's this shudder of energy through his body.
I knew Kathoth
At
sucked
the
ass!
same time, the two of you see all of these writhing black tentacles erupt around the entire room. The kind of like beautiful, colorful lights are shut down and muted by these black and blue eldritch tentacles that start waving. You see the dark black squid jets itself off the ceiling and comes down toward you guys at the same time as you see those same tooth face open guys. You see the one that you had fought before still looks kind of bloodied, and another one also that you have not seen yet. Both come out of kind of like other passageways where they were hiding amongst all this foliage as Kathoth takes Finn unconscious in one hit. And that is where we will end our session for today.
I knew he was a liar!
Oh, that's so sexy.
God, I can't believe I'm missing the tentacle burst. Finn would love this if he was conscious.
But damn, sucks that the angler didn't kill one.
Yes, that anglerfish did fuck all, huh?
I will say he looks like he took more hits from the anglerfish. In fact, let me
Okay.
roll for the anglerfish to see.
All right.
Yeah, the anglerfish hit his armor class. He's
Sick.
down an additional 6 hit points from where you guys left him.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Fish.
Okay, so I think that is where we will leave off for this week.
Yeah, it is.
As usual, we have some people that we need to thank.
First off, this episode features music from Kayla Bella, who you can find at Kayla Bella Music on Twitter or on YouTube at Kayla Bella.
Thank you, as always, to Lucas Mangold for our beautiful theme music. You can find him at lucascarlmusic@gmail.com for all of your musical needs. Thank you also to Theo Golden for... Oh, I'm so sorry. I cut you off. Would you like to say...
I was winding up.
I saw Nolani lean forward to the camera and was like, oh my god, I've forgotten something.
That's Carl with a K.
Thank you.
For the email, yeah.
We also need to thank Theo Golden for our beautiful logo art. You can find him at tgoldenart on Instagram. And then thank you to listeners like you for supporting us here on your favorite podcast app, and also by following us on other social medias. You can find us at Ship of Fools Cast on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. And you can find us at patreon.com/shipoffools for our special bonus content.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check us out there. Yeah, and our next episode where we find out if this is the end of our podcast, or at least if Andy's going to be rolling a new character.
Andy has stormed off set, actually.
Yeah. We will be back on July 6th with the next episode.
Spend your long weekend with us.
Until then.
That's not how weekends work.
No, it's sure not. Let us accompany you as your long weekend ends.
Yeah, we'll ease you back into the work week.
Yeah. Until then, we will see you on the open seas. Bye-bye.
Bye.